Let's get it, MP.
Season 6. There are only 2 weeks left.
Anything good, MP? There he goes. It was something good tonight.
Right there in front of you. Good stuff. Maybe we can take our phones out here. Look out there, MP.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. Along with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. And checking out some numbers for Keontae George.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Here are the starters for Utah. We've got Walker Kessler, Filipowski out there with Bailey. Then there's George, and it's Rodriguez in at the 2 spot. And for the Spurs, inside at the 4 and the 5, it's Sohan and Wemby. MP is out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Vassell in at the small forward position. Doris, when we saw these 2 teams come up on the schedule, this was one you and I were looking forward to.
Oh my goodness, this was one I've had circled for sure, and the reason 2 teams that executed a high level, and boy, did they play at breakneck speed.
All 2 easy for Wembanyama. He feels like no one can defend him inside.
Unloads from 13. The shot by Rodriguez, no good. MP against George. Picked up by Sohan. Back to Vassell. A deep three from MP. And Rodriguez pulls it down. Stolen by MP. All by himself. He's all alone. And MP throws it down.
Yeah, strong transition play is something MP will need to be consistently capable of in this league.
Back to George. Pass to Kessler. Here's Bailey. Takes the three. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. And Grant, offensively, Wemby has a lot of different options. Talk about his game.
Well, put simply, we've never seen a 7-footer with this array of skills. He's an efficient shooter from anywhere, and the length to just about ignore defenders. I mean, he's got it all.
Back to George. Utah moving the ball around. Pass to Bailey. Here's Rodriguez. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
And that ends their drought. You could feel the frustration building with each miss.
And you've got to be able to show some resiliency, right? Keep pounding away, and it finally falls for you.
Now here's MP. Last game, he had 28 points. Drains the triple.
They've really come out swinging, hitting 4 of their first 5 shots.
And here's George. The three. And it's MP with a rebound.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open, and yet somehow comes away empty.
And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Utah has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Pass to Filipowski. Now here's George to the wing, right side. And here's Filipowski. Here's Rodriguez. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. On the wing, MP. There's the triple. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox. MP's got 11 points.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Here's Kessler. And he gets it to go off the front iron.
We are talking 7 foot, 245 pounds. You better be able to finish it, Mr. Kessler.
And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Harper, he's checked in for San Antonio. Castle comes in for De'Aaron Fox. Now here's MP. 11 points in the game. Gets the three to fall.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, BA. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle.
Here's MP following the bucket by Utah. From deep three-point range. The rebound by Filipowski. Jazz trail by 13. Going inside. Good on the bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
MP right side. Connects from downtown. He's got 17.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Rodriguez. The three-pointer off the mark.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
MP shot is off. The Jazz have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. Pass to Filipowski. And there's the drive. George for 3. Rebound by San Antonio. They're fresh off a win against the Pelicans.
And you'd have to think that luck played a part in that one. I mean, the opponent had an off night at the defensive end for sure.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And so it's MP making things happen for San Antonio. An insane... Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly... Here's MP. Pass to Johnson. Out to Fox. The three. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
Jazz trail by 21. When you watch De'Aaron Fox, is there anything that sticks out to you, Grant?
Well, B.A., this league has the best athletes in the world, and Fox looks like maybe the quickest guy out there on most nights. His change of direction is especially elite.
And here's MP from outside. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Here's Hendricks. 8 points in his last time out to end the run. And it's MP with a rebound. MP's got his 4th rebound in this one. For the finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Vassell passes to MP. 6 on the shot clock. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Hendricks. Hit his foot. And it's whistled to kick. The Spurs making a switch here. Bassey's checked in. And Utah with a change here, too. Kessler's checked in. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against New Orleans really lit up the floor. He scored 28 points, and as always, a lot of those points came in bunches of threes. For a star like him, though, I'm sure it felt like just another day at the office. Guys?
That's good stuff, Allie. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
Well, there's no doubt. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
Looking at who's out there now for San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama's checked in for Bassey. Bryant comes in for Johnson. And it's Harper in for De'Aaron Fox.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Pass to Filipowski. Back to George. Launches it. The Jazz again can't hit.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP. Let's have a look at the early favorites to compete in this year's three-point contest. Many of the top shooters in the league.
Most of these guys are going to collect a ton of votes. And if this is who makes the final cut, then it's going to be a year to remember.
You look at MP. He's currently up there in the voting at number 2. So clearly no one is sleeping on his abilities as a lights-out three-point shooter.
Yeah, it's his long-range shooting that puts him on another level. Definitely a guy who belongs in this contest.
And we'll keep you posted as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. But that's our current list for the three-point contest.
It's going to be a fantastic competition. We've got an endless supply of shooters in this league, and that contest will be heated.
Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. And here's MP from outside. The rebound by Filipowski. Utah's gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's George. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close-range look.
MP outside. Pass to Fox. Fires the three. And no good. And so it's San Antonio ending the period up by a staggering 23 points. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Hello, folks. Still a ways off from All-Star Weekend, but let's first check in on who's in the running for this year's three-point contest.
No doubt these guys can shoot the lights out, but I've got an idea. Let me stand right in front of the rim. Let's see how many they make.
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Spurs.
Normally I say,
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's played with great energy in the first half. Very disruptive at the defensive end.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
Here's who Charles Lee is starting in the second half. We've got Keontae George, Bailey out there with Filipowski. Then it's Walker Kessler, and it's Rodriguez in at the shooting guard position. And one key for quality teams in this league, beating the opponents you're supposed to beat. What goes into that, Grant?
Well, B.A., they call them trap games. An opponent that, on paper, isn't up to your level, especially when they're missing key guys. The thing is, can you find that juice to take care of business?
No one covering. George has got his second bucket of the night.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Pass to MP. To the middle. And there's Wembanyama. That's good on the assist by MP.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Shot's good by Rodriguez.
Boy, nice pass. A little ball movement, a little player movement. That's how you play this game.
And here's MP from outside. A rebound by Filipowski. Jazz trail by 20. Lays it up and banks it in. Rodriguez has got 8.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, BA. Well, Victor Wembanyama drawing fans league-wide. Pacers coach Rick Carlisle proclaimed, "I've never seen a player like this. I'm in awe of his talent, his size, his aptitude for the game, his skill, his feel, you name it. And in due time, it's very possible that he will be the face of world basketball." Back to you guys.
He's taken over. Okay, Allie, good stuff. On the wing, MP. 28 points for him. Money from the wing. MP's got 30.
Boy, it hasn't mattered what the defense has tried. He has had every counter. What a great night.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Out to the right wing. Here's Rodriguez. Sends it home from three-point land. Rodriguez has got 7 now in this quarter.
I just love the ball movement.
And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. He needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous. Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
And Charles Lee wants a timeout. The coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Harper, he's checked in for San Antonio. And a switch here also for Utah. Sensabaugh is checked in for Bailey. Fox against George. Pass to Rodriguez. Now Kessler. Utah moving the ball around. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Shot's good by Rodriguez.
Boy, this guy has been a completely different player in this half of basketball. Incredible.
Pass to Wembanyama. Back to MP. Here's Fox from downtown. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
I like it. Setting up Fox that time, getting him something in rhythm.
To the paint. Here's Rodriguez. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got 3 assists in the game.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Oh, it's exactly how you lead someone with the pass. Beautifully done.
Here's Rodriguez, covered by MP. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Highlight.
See on your life. So.
Real dribble move, and then the athleticism takes over. Woo!
Yep, he wasn't going to be denied there, showing all the skill. Sohan outside. MP right side. Spurs need to get one up here. Three-pointer, Fox. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Here's Filipowski, and out of bounds. San Antonio will have it.
You have to be more careful with the basketball. These are possessions that...
And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Jazz. Minnesota will be traveling to face him after this game, and that's the first of just 2 home games for him. They've got MP, Keldon Johnson out there with Charles Bassey. Then there's Devin Vassell, and it's Harper in at the 1. That's the San Antonio 5. And here's Bailey for 3. Knocks down the long J.
They're having a good half offensively, shooting over 50% from the field now, trying to close the gap.
Harper passes to MP. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. MP's got 35.
By the time this young man is done, MP could be one of the great scorers we've ever seen.
Williams passes to Bailey. Bassey pulls it in.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Spurs lead by 21. And here's MP from outside. Knocks down the triple. MP's got 38 points.
Putting on a shooting clinic from deep. He had that huge first half, and he's still rolling.
Williams passes to Bailey. And again, it's Utah with a 3.
That's his second make from distance this half, after hitting none before that.
On the wing, MP. For 3. Out of bounds. It'll be Jazz ball. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Fox. MP outside. Now Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And you see how fluid Wembanyama is. 7'5" guys shouldn't be able to move like this.
Right wing. George for 3. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds here tonight. MP outside. On the clock. Pass to Wembanyama over Kessler, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Devin Vassell, he's checked in for Harper. Jazz trail by 19. George in the post, covered by MP, and another miss by Utah. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Sohan, covered by Filipowski. San Antonio moving the ball around. MP outside. Down low. Here's Wembanyama. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. MP's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Spurs.
They had more assists and shot the ball more efficiently. Those things tend to go hand in hand.
And that's so true. Without a doubt, their ball movement was essential to winning this game.
And looking at their record now, tonight's win gives them 45 on the year.
And that'll put a little extra meaning on their next game. No team wants to go 0 for 4 against an opponent, no matter who it is.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for MP.
He was their catalyst tonight, the straw that stirs the proverbial drink.
Wembanyama, pass to MP. From the arc, counted from distance. MP's got 43 points.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
A big group substitution here for San Antonio. Johnson, he's checked in for Wembanyama. Bryant comes in for Sohan. Castle's checked in for Vassell. And it's Harper in for Fox.
Shooting for Utah, Rodriguez.
That one misses.
And trying to cut into this deficit, tough to leave any points on the table. Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
George feels it out a bit. And here's Bailey for three. Pure from three-point range.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And so it's San Antonio easily grabbing this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. And they were just dominant out there.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off. We'll see you next time.